Assalamu alaikum everyone and welcome to the very first episode of FoodCoin with me, Abir Al-Kalbani. Today we are having a very special guest who is one of the pioneers in the fisheries sector, Mr. Mohammed Amin, GM of Sea Pride Company. Mr. Amin is not only a pioneer but has not only excelled in the traditional or conventional way of fishing, but he has been also contributing to the transformation of the sector through value addition and also integrating cutting-edge technology. So in today's episode, we'll be delving into his journey and maybe uncovering some of the secrets to his success and how he has been paving the way to inspire and also to guide young entrepreneurs and investors to the sector. Welcome to our show, Mr. Amin. Thank you so much for being with us today. And let us start by sharing a brief introduction about yourself and maybe your story in the sector and what drew you first to this sector to start in the fisheries sector in Oman.
First of all, thank you so much. And it was a great opportunity to come and talk with you, Dr. Abir. And, I started my career 37 years back in Oman. And as you know, 37 years back in Oman, there was very big challenges, great challenges. Yeah. Oman was, first of all, we faced a lot of challenges on the infrastructure development.
No, but sorry to interrupt. But what drew you first to the field? The field of fisheries?
Comes to fisheries, actually, it was not any intention. I just landed up in it accidentally. It was, I was never planned to have a fisheries project or business in Oman.
So you don't have that technical background related to the sector
nothing.
itself?
I was just working in a company.
Yeah.
And then I have seen that there are potential in there is a lot of opportunities in the sector.
Okay.
Because the sector was not organized in that time. Mm-hmm. So I have seen, for example, we have a lot of fich. And
37 years
we
back.
Understand, 37 years back. We understand there is I have seen a world market at the time. Mm. So with this giving an opportunity inside that I can work for a better quality product.
Yeah.
So we were facing so many challenges. For example, in Oman there was no enough trucks. We don't have enough roads. For example, I was based in Sur from that 1991 from onwards. Mm. So you know that from Muscat to one road is just going to Sur and it's entrance of the Sur Souk. From there, then there was not enough telecommunication service.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were working like day and night to get the fish and get the eyes and send into Muscat. So which is given me really. So I thought of why we can't do the processing plant in Sur.
What was the size of your team at the time?
I started just with 12 people.
Okay. 12
so the first factory I set up in 1996 in Sur. Yeah. And with just 12 people, and I was doing everything. For example, supervisor, manager, accountant, everything I was doing, which really helped me to go in all the sectors, all the area of the industry.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was traveling outside of Oman, for example, Europe and US regularly, to get insight of what kind of best quality they accept.
Okay.
So we understand that with the little changes, some modification in the fishing and the handling, we can have a better benefit, higher benefit, for example. Yeah. So we are the first company started exporting high value tuna from Oman by air to European market and US market. And that's, we run this show for a long period, and I was getting a very good support from the ministries and my partner. And also we try to, increase our skilled labors. So initially there was some issues that in 1998, we had a European ban in Oman.
Okay.
That's actually given up other additional potential opportunities for us because because of that ban, Oman implemented a quality management system in seafood, first time. So being a newcomer in the industry, we were the first company approved for European Union. Okay. That was really given a good confidence to me to move further. So from that day onwards, my intention always to stick with the industry and try to develop from all the sectors, from the fishing, processing, logistic, handling, and marketing. So later on, we have built a very good team, and I have a really working very efficient team with me. So they are capable for handling independent department.
Okay.
So, for example, we have a marketing, and they go search and market sense, and then get the information according to
Make
that.
the market
Make a
studies and
market,
everything.
Oh, for example, what I want to say, where we are standing now. Right now our factory built up in a different production line. So if you enter into our factory, you're going to see that we have a different production line. Different production line means, for example, Oman is giving all kind of fishes, different variety, from tuna, shrimps, lobster, cuttlefish, all those things. So it comes in a periodical. For example, 3 months we have tuna. Then
Depending on the season.
Depending on the season, yes.
Yeah.
So we have 3 months tuna, 3 months cuttlefish, then 2 months of lobsters.
So you run the production line like a season-based
It's a season basis and multiple handling product.
Okay.
So if you come to my factory, you're going to see that 7 different production lines we have, which is capable to handle most of the species available in Oman. And this I realized after around in 2009, 10, in that period.
So your factory is running all year?
All year.
Yeah.
So in the past, Oman is 8-month season. All the factories, and 3 to 4 months everybody shut down. They leave the country and come back. Our factory, no. We work 365 days, daily 2 shifts, and now we have almost 450 staff.
What kind of products do you produce?
We right now, I think we are producing almost all kind of product. Whatever we get from the sea. For example, major product is like a tuna, cuttlefish, sardine.
Is it pre-processed or you go for?
It is we are mainly focusing on value-added product.
Okay.
So almost all the product we make into value-added. At least we ready to cook, ready to eat, that kind of products. So we have also acquired a lot of technology. And we import a lot of machineries, and we keep investing on the sector again and again. So every year we have some updation. And now the new one, the latest one is coming, that shrimp, the shrimp. Farmed shrimps we can peel, clean automatically.
Okay.
So because it's a highly labor intensive, which is not available in Oman. Seasonally not available.
Okay.
So we need to depend on the machinery. So we recently identified in US there is a machine that they can peel.
So
we are importing the machine.
shrimps from the eco farms.
Eco farms.
And then you adopted this technology to do the work for
exactly. And then it will become value added.
Okay.
So when it's value added means you are increasing the income same time. You use the minimum raw material, you make it a higher value.
Is it for the local market or are
it's
you targeting?
Basically for export market, but of course there is a local market demand also is there. So this one give you value added and breaded product. So our company is basically from the learning point and until now, we keep developing, expanding. So let's say we started with a 600 square meter of land.
Yeah.
So now our company is established more than 50,000 square meter of land. So you can see how much we expanded, what kind of equipments we added. So right now we are focusing into consumer product. That means ready to eat, ready to cook. Ready to eat means we have some smoked product recently introduced in the market, which is available in Oman, Carrefour and all that. So it's like we import some fish from outside. We also produce a fish from Oman catch also. We smoke it. It's called both kind of smoke, like a hot smoke and cold smoke.
Okay.
So it's a 2 type of smoke we do, and it's go to the ready to eat. Just open the pack and you can consume it.
You were talking about the value addition. So what made you make this transition from pre-processing to value addition? What is in value addition that you saw? What opportunities are there?
See, we know that Oman is catching almost 780,000 tons of fish annually. Okay, and most of them it's 85% it goes as a whole fish. There is no any processing happens. Just wash and freeze it and send it.
Yeah.
So those who are buying this fish, they do the value addition. They defrost, they make it steak strips and marinated or whatever they do. So we are trying to do the same work here. It's a great challenge actually. It's very difficult for us to initially to understand the customers because we don't have enough skilled laborers here, and we try to bring we try to start a pilot project, then to start expanding. So what is value addition? For example, if I can say cuttlefish, the cuttlefish. So we bring the cuttlefish here, we clean it, we make it all the waste because there is a lot of dirt inside. So when you do the validation, everything is clean, and we make it small cubes and pieces, put into small.
How is this reflected to the value?
Its values increase. Values increase more than 2.5 times from the same value. So we make it to consumer pack and ready. So this consumer pack also we packed in special ways. That means it's already vacuum packed and poached and put into the consumer pack. So the customer, he can, even if he buy after 1 year also, the product is remaining as a fresh.
You increase the shelf life.
We increase the shelf life. We also doing treatment on that. So it doesn't have any damage on the product. It remaining over 1 year if the temperature is maintained. So this is the process validation, and it's all over the world it happens. What I understand myself, I'm not able to invent anything, but what I can do is that whatever I'm seeing from outside, I can do in a better way. Yeah. So the same system we'll bring here, we'll try to do better way and distribute.
To improve it.
Improve that. So this I think I'm a little specialized on that side, other than inventing any new product.
Yeah, it's an interesting perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, to look to the sector from. But when we talk usually about fisheries, people think about food security and how this sector is supporting the food security in Oman and how it is enriching the diet of people. But sometimes people underestimate the contribution of the sector to the economy of the country. So what are your insights on this? Do you think that this sector can really contribute to the economy? Do you think that people should, because so many entrepreneurs and young people will be listening to you today, so do you think that this sector is worth investing in?
So let's divide into a couple of stages.
Okay.
For example, you're asking the food security and the economy. How is it going to be? I just want to give one one real example, which is really given input into the economy. So we have started 10 years back one of our project in it's called place called Kurum, which is South Alashkara, between Alashkara and Masira. It's a fish meal and fish oil project.
Okay.
I have selected this project by looking into the Google map, and I select because I identify 2 villages, Kurun and Koima is between 2 villages, and both the villages have a fishing of sardine fish. So we choose this place and we opened this factory in that place. Initially there was a little bit resistant from the resident. They talk about the smell and all that. But before we starting that location, normally the fishermen, they go for fishing when there is ice and trucks available.
Okay.
Sardine is plenty available, but they go for fishing only when there is ice. It comes weekly twice or 3 times. And that fish goes to Saudi Arabia or UAE. That was their market. After that, the fishermen simply rest, relax. So when we went there, we started buying fish 24/7. So the fishermen, they used to go daily 2 or 3 times. And they generate their income very good. And if you go to, I have the proof that if you go and see that, that area from Google Earth, and you watch at least 10 years back the area, and you watch now, completely different. And this, the factory really contribute to the economy, in the social development.
Creates jobs, opportunities for people.
Exactly.
And, support the local communities.
Exactly. And we have supporting the schools, we are supporting the activities, sports activities, local people, and high number of Omanis are working in this factory. So this is one of the simple examples. What is given that, fisheries actually is related to social economy very much. And the sea is there. We know that wild caught fish is always have high demand in the market. So what I'm saying, 780,000 tons of annual catch, we have to catch only that. We don't need to catch more. Okay? But this product, we need to increase the value.
True.
So if you are bringing $500 million now, we have to make it $1 billion with the same quantity. This should be our challenge. This should be our objective. So that will be definitely increase the income, but we will remain a sustainable fishing source. I think this is if you focus on these 2 areas, moving facilities to
So you believe
fish.
that this sector really contributes to the economy?
Definitely, because if you ask me to the promising for the young Omanis to enter into the sector, it's really one of the promising sector that we have, because like one thing is the natural resources. You just need to learn how to catch fish. We used to say, instead of giving a hook, train him to catch the fish.
Yeah.
So we have to teach them how to catch some fish, how to be very effective in the sea. And in fact, we have a lot of very good expert, our seniors or fishermen, Omani fishermen is one of the very expert fishermen. They use very minimum equipments, but they bring a good catch. But in all over the world, they use the maximum equipment and they bring less catch. So it's just a matter of some training and just a matter
knowledge
of
transfer.
Yes, just a matter of understanding potential. We have seen that the young generation changing from the fishing sector to they are looking for the white collar jobs. If we provide them facilities, on-board facilities, that they can go to the sea and relax. I can tell you one example. Recently I was talking with one of the fishermen, a senior fisherman. So he's saying nowadays fishing tuna is very challenging because they need to go maybe 70 to 100 nautical mile away. So morning they leave from here, while reaching ground they become tired and try to catch some fish, return back to home. There the whole day is gone. Maybe next day he's not able to move.
Yeah.
So it's need for him around 12 to 16 hours. But if you have some modern boat that they can relax and go to the ground and stay 2-3 days, complete the fishing, come back here and get their product, a high value product and good grade. So definitely it's going to be attract to the youngsters.
Yeah.
This I'm talking about only the fishing sector, that we have very large scope in the fishing sector. Same time we also have opportunity in the industry, because as I said, just only 15% right now we are doing value addition. We still have a 70-80% left for value addition. So we need to invest in technology, equipments, and more factories.
But when we are talking about technologies and the recent developments in the sectors and all this, and to bring it to the youth themselves and to the young entrepreneurs, maybe the young entrepreneurs can bring the technology to the sector. Because,
definitely,
as you said, when you started your journey, you had to travel around the globe to gain the experience, to expose yourself as well. And so many of Omani young people now are already exposed to what's out there.
They are moving around, yes.
And I think it's their responsibility as well to bring that here and invest in the sector. There's lots of potential, and we are 51% self-sufficient in fish. So I think it's now their responsibility to think out of the box. And as you said, you look at things and think how to improve them, and you bring a technology and see how to make it, and think of how to make it better, right, for your sector. And I think it's good for the youth to think differently now, instead of waiting for solutions to come them. Maybe they become the solution, and they bring solutions to the sector as well. And when you started, because we are coming back now to your story, because you have a remarkable success story with Sea Pride, and everyone will think that the way that it gets to here, it was a smooth sail, but we both know it was not, and it was filled with challenges. And I want you we'll go to that later, but from there people can see that you went through a lot, and it's easier now, and maybe they can do more with less, and it's their time now and their responsibility. So can we talk now about the challenges that you faced?
See, it was not at all easy, as I said. I just want to tell you that one important thing, that I have started this business with very zero investment. I didn't invest any single penny into this business.
This is really important for them to hear. Yeah.
So people surprised, okay? And last year we have reached 50 million turnover, 50 million turnover. So at the end, what I was telling, I have seen that potential into the market. And I have very good support from my partner, Sheikh Juma Mohammed Al-Fasi. So with his support and open hand support to me, we drive with what we call our plan A. We don't have any other plan B. So we always focus and believe in the sector and focus. So most important that anything in the operation and production, for at least 75% of the issues I know I can handle directly. So this is my suggestion to the youngsters. Whatever they want to start, they definitely has to learn first, at least 50%. So then you solve the 50% problem. This rest 50% problem, you can, on your journey, you can overcome that one. So I was working on the procurement, and it was very difficult for me because, as I said, there was no enough transport. And I always face a challenge of financial support. In the initial stage, most of my time I was spending in the bank for asking for some money. So, they used to release a little bit. So we were in the very limited financial facilities, and we were always have a stuck. But as I said, I got very support from my team, and I started to build a team, and we made a lot of mistake in the past. For example, we sent the fish from here to Europe, and we are getting complaint. Immediately, I took the flight and go there and see what's the problem. We come back. So learning, it helped me, because I used to participate most of the seafood show, which happens in USA and Europe, which is really giving a lot of insight, and we see that developed fisheries sector in the world. So we used to travel and learn all this process and come back and try to implement whatever limit within the limit. And that helped. And also, we try to always looking to do something new, always. So that's why if you look our stage, we have done a lot of expansion in the past. So many times we've done expansion, and we are still going to do. So this is a kind of, I have that kind of capacity, or maybe my taste to continue the business, and I'm always very optimistic. So basically that, and the road to this success was not easy. As I said, everybody, facing when there is no fund, there is no enough. There was some stage I remember I couldn't keep my family here, and I sent them back because I was not able to pay my rent. Maybe it was 120 riyals. I was not able to pay that rent. I sent my family, okay, you stay in 2 years, let me settle down, then you come back. So we took that initiative because we sacrificed that also. At the end, it's for a good cause, and we done it.
But why Oman? Given your deep experience in the field, why do you think Oman was the place to do all this? You had the chance to do it anywhere you want, right?
Yes.
So why Oman? What do you think? What do you feel, or what do you see in Oman that makes this type of or kind of
stay back in Oman? See, this is a really very important question. I will tell you why. As I told you, 37 years back, I started my contact directly with the fisherman. So I have seen the Omani fishermen from Sur. They're really supporting. And when they saw that I'm a real person, I'm a very straightforward, and they used to bring their fish and give to me without any negotiation, without any argument. And I take the fish, send to them, bring back the money, and next day we have to give. So this connection, I feel very comfortable. I know that, when they come from the sea, they are very tough.
Was it enough to keep you going?
Yes, that's one of the main motivation I have.
Of like the support of the government or the country itself, did you get any incentives that helped you?
From the government side, there was always positive approach. We know that because I used to go to most of the government, Ministry of Fisheries. They're giving continuous support. Whenever we take some matters, immediately solve and give us back. So more than, as I said, the relationship between the fisherman and, because this is main source, we are buying the raw material, and they were giving all the support. So I always feel very comfortable, and anything I can go in front of them, say if I delay my payment also, I can tell them, they really accept and wait for me. So this is a comfort zone actually given, and I don't think this is available in any part of the world. That care and love, from the fisherman I got it.
Totally agree,
Yeah. And this is basically from Sur and Russell Heath, all Jalan, all these places. So even now I have a connection with them. Most of them, they are now aged, they are seniors, but still I have a connection with all these fishermen. Try to talk to them. Yeah, it's really, from bottom of my heart, I really thanks to their support.
And from the bottom of our heart, we are thanking you for being part of our podcast today.
Thank you so much.
But before we end the podcast today, is there any final message that you want to give to the young entrepreneurs or even investors listening to us?
Definitely, because see, as I explained to you, we have great potential in Oman. Okay, we need more investment in this sector. As I said, we have very basic infrastructure only. Very few companies have developed a processing plant. So we have opportunity to invest in fishing sector and fisheries sector where the industry is there, and as well as logistics sector. So if you ask me, I have a lot of things to explain. But what I want to tell the young Oman is, please come forward, because this is the sector we have to do a lot of things. And there is a support from the government, there's support from the private sector, we can provide them.
There's funding tools as well.
Yes.
There's technical support for them.
Only thing, they have to show little patience until they, don't think that they come and immediately next day. Be patient, because we are handling a perishable cargo. So you have to handle with care and just stick with the sector.
While preparing for this episode today, I got a really good question saying, because I was talking about you and the company and the sector itself. And then I got this question that if I have some money and I want to invest in this sector, in Mohammed Amin's opinion, where should I put my money?
If it is dependent on what size of money you have. Okay, for example, if you have a small little amount, maybe you can invest immediately in the fishing sector, because this sector, fisheries, fishing ground is giving a good opportunities.
Catching.
Catch the fish and maintain the quality and reduce the waste, bring the fish in a good quality to the sector, because it's paying now very high value. In the past, we used to get a lot of fish and it was priced cheaper, but now the situation is completely changed. Okay. People is paying better for a better quality. The other thing is that definitely we have more other areas, even the logistic, get a truck and good equipments, transport the fish, in a proper temperature.
There are lots of opportunities
along
the value chain. True.
Yes. And if they have, even they can become a trader also.
Yeah.
Or they can invest for the factories. So it depends on what amount you have and what size of business you are looking for. But the best thing in this industry, if you compare to oil industry or any other industry, but this industry, depend on your capacity, you can build your business. There's no need to have a huge amount.
It's welcoming all.
Yes, it's welcoming everyone.
Thank you so much for sharing
your
story.
Much, yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Nice
Thank you so much.
Yeah.